Hello, I'm Rochelle, and this episode is all about my 10 genuine buyer rules. Ready? Let's go. There are some client rules when working with me to help you buy your next home. Knowing these before we head out will help you make the most of your experience and prepare you for the home buying journey ahead. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, there are chapters down below so you can scroll around to the rule you were looking for clarification on. However, I do encourage you to watch from start to finish. That way you have a comprehensive understanding of why the rules are in place, and you'll pick up some great tips for putting yourself in the best position for getting your next home. First, there's a contract referred to as the Buyer Representation Agreement that you will need to sign in order to become my client. We will go over it in full with all of the ins and outs prior to signing, but without it, I'd technically be working for the seller. Now, because it's important to find out if we would work well together, I'm happy to show one home prior to signing. But once you experience the value I bring to the buying process, you will need to establish that contractual client relationship by signing the Buyer Representation Agreement. Get pre-qualified and know your budget. If you're not pre-qualified by a mortgage broker or a lender, we are not stepping foot in any homes. Sellers put a lot of time and effort into preparing their home for the market. And if it's a heated market, there's only so many time slots available for buyers to try to get through, and often there's more buyers than there are time slots available. It takes time to compile all of the information and documents required by a mortgage broker to run your file. And if you're lucky enough to get a condition on financing accepted in an offer, which means that you would have the opportunity to make sure you can afford the home, there's a very, very real chance that if you haven't started the process yet, your mortgage broker won't have enough time to give you the green light, and a very real chance that you don't qualify for the home you've fallen in love with. Because of this, the rule on being pre-qualified is a non-negotiable. Do not call the agent on the for sale sign. If you need information on a home, reach out to me. Not only is the listing agent working for the best interests of the seller, it's my job to share information with you and show you the home. By contacting the listing agent directly, you are setting yourself up to potentially offer too much personal information on your end and could be putting the agent in a position where they inadvertently offer advice to another realtor's client, which is a big no-no. So write down the address, snap a picture of the sign, send it my way, and I will get back to you with all of the information. Please do feel free to attend any open houses you'd like, but do pass my name along to the realtor who is hosting. It helps them follow up with me, lets them know that you have representation, and keeps you off of their contact list for future marketing. Now, when you are there, feel free to look around, ask questions about the house, the neighborhood, or even the seller's motivation, though you may not get an answer to that one. But whatever you do, do not share information about your situation. They work for the seller, so anything you say can impact your position when it comes to negotiations. Don't express how perfect the home is or complain about anything you would change or do differently. Think of it as the ultimate hand of poker. Keep your cards close and your game face on. When it comes to new construction, I will need to go with you the first time. Otherwise, there's a very good chance I won't be able to represent your best interests. If you were to register with the on-site rep who works for the best interests of the builder, regardless of whether or not you've signed a buyer representation agreement, I'd essentially be removed from the transaction. However, if I'm there when you register, I'll be able to represent your best interests and help protect you through the process. So in this case, just let me know which sites you're interested in, and I will find a time where we can all connect with the on-site reps. If you find a for sale by owner, I can still help. Oftentimes, the sellers in these situations reveal far more information than they should. So when it comes to negotiations, we can use this information to our advantage. Just take down the address, grab the contact information, and send it my way. I will reach out to the sellers and pass along all of the information. always, always, always assume you are being watched. In this modern age, it's very likely that there is surveillance somewhere in the home or on the property. Best practice is to speak neutrally inside the home, maintain your best behavior, which I'm sure you would do regardless of being recorded, and not share your thoughts in depth until we are at the end of the driveway. Keep that poker face on, and if you do love the home, feel free to give genuine compliments without showing too much excitement. Most showing appointments require 8 hours notice as a common courtesy, but in a heated market, if it's moving fast, we will need to hustle to get in and see it as soon as possible. In a slower market, hour-long appointments are customary. However, in a heated market, we may get as little as 15 minutes in each home. Now, it's not ideal, but it's the only way to get all of the buyers through before offer night. Don't worry, we will chat about specific expectations based on the current market once you're ready to start booking those appointments. Drive-bys are always encouraged. Whenever possible, drive by the home, drive through the neighborhood, and check out those Google Maps to make sure there are no deal breakers before we book an appointment. Again, sellers put a lot of time and effort getting their home ready for market. So if there's a deal breaker, let's respect their time and not book that home. We can look at up to 5 homes each day unless there are extreme circumstances. Unless you're only in town for a short period of time, send me your 5 favorites versus trying to see all of them in one day. So that's it for the 10 genuine buyer rules. I cannot wait to get out and see some homes with you. Now, if you haven't already, please do book your buyer consultation. It's never too early to chat and make sure you are on the right path to finding your next home. See you soon.